Fans of All in the Family may remember how the studio laughter usually kept our spirits high. But there were moments when the air completely left the room. Looking back, after the terrifying breakdown caused by those prescription pills, Archie Bunker didn't just hit rock bottom. He completely lost his sense of who he was. For many American families in the 1970s, seeing a proud family man inside a psychological ward was deeply shocking. Yet, this wasn't the lowest point Archie would face. I've always noticed how quiet Archie becomes here, stripped of his usual loud defenses and that booming voice we all knew so well. Many of us have known someone like Edith, standing by his side with an unspoken, fierce love for her hurting husband. How does a proud man handle a reality where he feels he has let his loved ones down? What makes this moment especially powerful is what follows. Coming back home to 704. Hauser Street didn't feel like a celebration. It felt like a quiet realization that things had deeply changed. Many fathers carried the same burden of trying to be invincible, and this scene reveals the true exhaustion of a provider who simply ran out of strength. Archie shuts out the world, retreating to his dark bedroom because the weight of his own shame is too heavy to bear. But what happened next was even more heartbreaking. Many of us grew up watching Archie, and for me, this deep loneliness shows how much he tied his entire worth to being the strong patriarch. This was a feeling many working-class Americans understood back then, as economic struggles made honest, hard-working people feel completely overwhelmed. Carol O'Connor brilliantly portrays this heartbreak through Archie's heavy shoulders and his uncharacteristic silence. Outside the door, we see the pure beauty of Edith's heart, her endless patience as she quietly leaves a tray of food for him. Many viewers who watched this episode when it first aired could feel the immense, silent pain Edith carried for her husband. What strikes me most is how the show completely removes the studio laugh track here, forcing us to feel the heavy sadness in that house. Yet, the moment that would begin changing everything was just ahead. Fans of the show surely remember Harry Snowden, whose sudden arrival at the front door brought a gust of the real world into the quiet house. Harry doesn't walk on eggshells. He comes with urgent news about the financial troubles piling up at the bar. In many ways, the threat of losing the bar represents the ultimate loss of Archie's lifelong dream, a fear so many of us can relate to. Edith tries her best to protect her husband's privacy, showing her endless devotion even in the middle of a family storm. What follows next is especially powerful. Harry's blunt voice through the bedroom door is exactly what Archie needs. A stark reminder that the world outside hasn't stopped spinning. I've always felt the writers used Harry's surprise business partnership offer not as pity, but as a lifeline to pull Archie out of his despair. One thing that stands out is that Harry doesn't offer a handout. He offers Archie a real reason to keep going. The real emotional turning point was finally here. Inside that dark bedroom, you can almost feel the heavy cloud begin to lift as Archie realizes his friend truly needs him. Perhaps you've experienced a moment like this yourself, where a true friend steps in with a hand up right when you feel completely forgotten. If these nostalgic memories of the Bunker family touch your heart, consider subscribing to join our living room as we remember these classic television years together. Harry makes sure Archie knows that without him, the dream of the bar dies. I've always felt that simple turn of the doorknob may have been the hardest thing Archie ever did, requiring every ounce of his remaining willpower. As the door opens, The first thing Archie sees is the warm, forgiving face of Edith, who never doubted him for a single second. He walks slowly toward the bathroom mirror, his shoulders still bearing the exhaustion of his long journey. What happens next is deeply moving. For me, the focus on his old shaving brush and razor is a comforting, familiar ritual that many of us remember from our own fathers. By shaving off those days of neglect, Archie is quietly reclaiming his lost self-esteem and preparing to look the world in the eye once more. Putting on that iconic beige windbreaker jacket and his familiar hat signifies the birth of a new chapter, the birth of Archie's place. If this walk down memory lane brought back fond memories of your own family living room in the 1970s, please share your heartwarming stories with us in the comments below. In many ways, the road back from despair isn't about massive victories, but about the quiet dignity of a man stepping outside to try again, surrounded by the family who never stopped loving him.